rebounds in game number 1, a total of 22 rebounds for the game, along with 5 block shots.
Once again, a cameo for John Tabak, replaced by Austin Crozier. The game is tied at 10. Snow with some room.
And that looked like a very simple thing. Double team Iverson, ball goes to
10 points for Reggie here at the start with just under 5 remaining in the first. Iverson able to shake off Best in this first quarter.
Allen Iverson now taking over the ball handling responsibility. Oh, in the middle of the ball. What a dribble move by Iverson.
Kept alive by Hill. Little sleight of hand by Allen. Goes behind the back and hits Allen Iverson with consecutive spectacular moves, and he cashed in on the second. Off rebounds for Reggie.
Think about how hard Reggie is working. Offensive rebounds, 3-point shots, leak outs in transition for lead passes. He's doing it all right now at the offensive end.
Best with the
Reggie starts you one way when he doesn't have the ball in his hand, and then he gets space between his defender to clear that shot.
Offensive foul. Allen Iverson forcing the issue, picks up his first.
And that was a result of Allen Iverson was frustrated at the other end of the floor. He thought Reggie had pushed him off. He was determined to try and draw a foul call. He goes right into the pass. Harrington, a 66% free throw shooter, makes 1 out of 2 for Indiana.
Pacers up by 1. Eric Snow back on the floor. Snow and Iverson in the backcourt. Here's Iverson for 3. Oh, Mutombo and Harrington became entangled.
Suddenly, Harrington is standing wide open with a 17-footer. Figures, let me just take it to the basket and challenge Mutombo. As soon as Mutombo rotated, it left O'Neal alone on the offensive board. No block out.
Here's Snow. Well, an open
block shots both times, but then there's nobody there to block out O'Neal.
Philly up by 1. Again, the double. Leading to the shot by McKee for 3.
To break down that time by the 76ers. There was a back pick flare for Reggie Miller, which was make-believe. As soon as they ran that, they came right back and screened on him for the...
2 minutes gone by in the third. Iverson draws the foul.
Travis Best took the outlet pass, slowed up for a minute, looked right and left, said, uh-oh, this is a 2-on-2 game, turned it up and scored the basket.
Lynch with the step. He had lost the handle remaining in the third. Iverson off balance and got the hop. That's the way it's been going.
No pressure on the Sixers at all. Every time they trap Best, he runs all the way out 35 feet from the basket. He catches the pass, stands there and holds it.
Final seconds of the third. And the foul is called. And back come the 76ers.
Just didn't have quite enough elevation on that one to get it up over the top of the rim.
You know, Iverson wants to go against Edney. McKee for 3.
Yes. Falling over to Austin Crozier. He dropped right back in the middle lane. Reggie was wide open on the other side of the floor.
Iverson off the head fake. Going high off glass. The high-power pace in the first half. You get the feeling it's slowed down here at the start of the third. Snow trying to lead the break. Iverson met by Miller. Oh, a series of moves, and Miller had it able to knock it away. Sixers maintain possession. Iverson fouled by Best. 16 lead on the 76ers. Here's the double on Iverson, who finds Ollie wide open. Yes. Advantage on Kevin Ollie and took advantage. So the Pacers now lead by 2.
Larry Brown said that when Harrington is on the floor, he would like to give Jermaine Jones some playing time against him tonight. We'll see if Larry...
Ball down court. Sixers now lead by 10. Edney played only 24 games during the regular season. Spent a good portion on the injured list. Reggie Miller has not scored here in the third. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
To go out and challenge Mutombo head-to-head. This is O'Neal's first playoff series where he's going to play significant minutes. Didn't play that much with Portland as Eric Snow. Nobody. Iverson has been very much under control.
Well, they're double teaming him a lot out in front, making him give it up, challenging the other guys.
Aaron McKee.
Including this year, one of only 2 players over 90, Allen Houston being the other one for the Knicks. We'll see him tomorrow morning in the early game.
As the Knicks play the Raptors. Ali, nice feet inside. Geiger. And a foul before the shot, but the Pacers
For achievement.
7 points, 10 rebounds for Jermaine O'Neal.
Eric Snow has played a flawless floor game.
Miller on Iverson. Eric Snow stepping up, knocking it down again.
The Pacers, he has been the steadying force.
Miller on Iverson. Again, they double. They've been trying to get it out of his hands all afternoon. McKee inside. Offensive foul. Jermaine O'Neal steps in. Snow, McKee, Mutombo, Hill, and Iverson out there for Philly.
Plus, I think that the Sixers fell asleep. It was so easy for them. They were just getting whatever they wanted. Nice double team, Reggie Miller.
Snow gets inside. Iverson on the pull-up. Puts it in. Rose forces it up. In and out. Fight for the rebound. McKee tips it to Iverson.
Back-to-back misses by Rose.
Miller gets up on Iverson.
Take the ball out of his hand. Make him a passer.
Snow inside. Left-handed. And that's his first point in the game.
Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, Allen Iverson, because of the constant chronic injuries, just don't get that practice time. Because of that, there's some suspect about their conditioning level. Turnover.
Shot clock turned off. 13-point lead.
The fans surging for Iverson in the closing seconds.
Eric McKee, shot blocked. On a foul. Good job trying not to force it because it's obvious that Indiana wants to take the ball out of his hands. Miller knocks it away. There's a steal, and then Iverson called
from the Pacers. Reggie hits the big 3. Jalen Rose, something to hang his hat on with the swagger that he's been carrying. Caught in the lane here, Aaron McKee.
Shot clock down to 8. Iverson inside. Oh, pretty move from
the totally revamped front line and a new attack out in front with Jalen Rose instead of Mark Jackson. It's a whole new ballgame.
Crozier's second foul, obviously not on a.
And this will be a difficult matchup for Tyus Etney. Etney, a quick little guy who penetrates, but he can have tough time controlling Iverson. A miss.
Undoubtedly would help someone like Reggie Miller, who'll be 36 next season. And with that outside range, he can bust zones.
Well, I don't think it's going to hurt Iverson because he just. The Sixers are gambling. They got to stay in front of their man, be aware where the man and ball is.
Best has scored 6. Pacers trail by 6. Snow makes it 8. You see Tom Shale's review of that show in the Washington Post? He called Ann Robinson a cross between Mary Poppins and Cole 40 seconds.
Well, Crozier was falling down, and he thought he was going to go out of bounds, and that's why he was trying to make a play. Back in the hands of Iverson.
Oh, quick whistle there. What looked like
and a piece for both teams.
Since intermission. Iverson.
But Miller back on the torch.
15 points in 15 minutes on the floor. Rose on Iverson. He's another jab step. Now splits 2 defenders and scores.
And he had to find people that could play with Allen Iverson. 8 in the quarter for Reggie Miller. Now, if you're Iverson, you got to think about going at Rose and picking up the foul somehow. Don't.
Tied at 49. Iverson flashes through. Snow is open.
Of times he has the ball and the pressure that he puts on you. He got nicked up with fouls. Great pass. O'Neal too late for
Indiana back to within 1, and Miller has 23.
And Bob, that is how a 4-point lead becomes a 1-point lead. Iverson.
And that is how a 1-point lead. 13 of 15 in the first half of game 2. They did a very good job denying him looks in the second half, and he shot just 1 of 7. Wound up with 41 points.
When they get him on the wing, that's when the trap is most effective. 4 on the clock for Iverson.
Mutombo, 3-pointers made, gives the Pacers the lead at 5-4.
Now, when they're good defensively at attacking Iverson, it's when they get him on the wing. Lynch.
Stop the roll.
You know, and Philadelphia may have missed a golden opportunity when they had the lead at 5 and Indiana was struggling to really put them away. Iverson to the hoop, drop shot, and the you saw him move out of the basket area, and the official said somebody must have helped him.
Either way, Philadelphia ball. Aaron McKee overshot.
First score of the ball game for Travis Best.
McKee straightaway 3. Time in Indianapolis, and the other half of the year they're on Eastern time. Meanwhile, triple header today, more action tomorrow, and Ahmad's got the laryngitis. Someone get that man a lozenge. Here's Kevin Ollie in for the first time.
McKee, despite the miss at the line.
Rose on Iverson. Iverson with the move into traffic, lays it off to Tyrone Hill.
On the clock. They're going to run somebody at Iverson.
Here's Eric Snow, 2 seconds to shoot. So, 76ers by 3.
First 2 for Rose in the quarter, so he's been quiet after a pretty good start. Right at the basket, McKee.
In Indianapolis. The Pacers lead at 24-17. Iverson hits his.
The 76ers in. They got to go back to that experience. Derek McKee in the ball game. His job is to defend.
Iverson from long range, just inside.
The Pacers now lead by 8. And you know the 76ers do not want a 5th and final game against this dangerous Indiana team, an Indiana team that proved they can win.
Great player for the 76ers, now one of the assistant coaches with Larry Brown.
Iverson getting the step and foul. That's nice.
How many game 5s or 7s Utah have been involved with over the last 4 or 5 playoff seasons? You can think of that. Those huge games to them. They just seem to find a way.
Oh, nice plays. Iverson was stripped. Clean. Iverson trying to shake off Rose. Iverson with the run. Hill stepping in front of Foster. Iverson. Jones has done a good job. Kevin Ollie, who just checked in, put the brakes on. Iverson thought he was fouled by Miller. So Reggie Miller now defending on Allen Iverson, doing a good job closing that baseline. Iverson forced into it. First field goal in quite some time. He now has 14 points, and Indiana leads 57-54. Iverson leading 13-8. They hit 6 of 8 from the field.
I like the way you worded that. Leading. This one a favorite. Okay, so if it was over 3 inches, it's okay.
Iverson, Lynch, and Jones on the front line for the 76ers. Geiger played by Lynch. They keep it alive. Iverson now being played by Best. Travis Best.
Bump him, and it is a foul.
13 foul on the Pacers. Sixers with 2. Shot clock at 6. Iverson. Not a good shot. Number 1 seed, and then fell off the last couple of months of the season. Hit with a number of injuries. Allen Iverson worn down. Eric Snow came back, but not at 100%. Same for Aaron McKee. Here's Iverson with the step. Had nowhere to go, but drew the foul.
Instead of trying to block the ball up on top, it has to get up above the rim before it can go in. By the youngster O'Neal coming down and trying to block the shot down low, that's where the contact took place. Remember, only 24 minutes in game number 3 for O'Neal because he picked up 3 fouls in the first half. It's
in the second quarter, Indiana led by as many as 9. But the Sixers have come back. Iverson, hearing it from the crowd on the air ball, shot clock down to 2. Lynch, 76, just under 6 remaining in this fourth quarter. open shot for Snow. Yes.
That's ripped back because they were trying to post up Miller against Iverson, so Mutombo backed up and helped on the post up. He's willing to let him shoot it.
Calling violation.
If you have both players, Miller and Rose, making the perimeter shots.
76ers looking to withstand this hot start by the Pacers. Iverson thought that he had a timeout situation. Both clubs with a full and a 20. The next foul for each team puts them over the limit. Iverson to the fadeaway. It's now a 2-point game, and the Sixers holding for a final shot of the first quarter. Here's McKee for three. Snow.
Who are turning it over, as opposed to game one, when the Sixers had 19 turnovers in the game. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. 10 on the shot clock. Jermaine Jones. Now Antonio Davis missing from the corner with under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The Sixers leading by 3. Here's
some offensive opportunities from Mutombo. He only has 2 shots in this game.
Sixers led by Iverson with 28. Is the only player in double figures in a Philadelphia uniform. Carter has 16. Antonio Davis has 10. Very quietly doing the job off the glass.
Yeah, he's doing a terrific job. Main thing now, let's get some motion here if you're a Philly club.
And there is Iverson, and out there is Antonio Davis with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Iverson fires and off the rim, and
since they moved Childs into the starting lineup and moved Williams to the 2, Carter to the 3. And they're better defensively.
Yeah, and that was in game 2 of the series against the Knicks. Iverson
by the defender who forced them into a poor percentage shot. And Philadelphia hung with those 3-point shooters in the corner.
Iverson with 47 points, and Allen Iverson off the glass is fouled and has 49.
Good defensive rebounding at both ends in that first half. Philly with 4 offensive boards, and then Toronto with 1. That was their second right there, and you see they converted it into a score.
Stowe shooting over the 20 points, very timely. Raptors 8 of 18 from 3. Down to 10 on the shot clock, 43 in the fourth quarter. Iverson pulls up, and he's took.
Decorate their homes in a similar manner.
Why is he such a couch potato? He stays home, he never gets outside, doesn't try anything daring. I don't understand this man. Kevin Ollie into the game for the 76ers as at 51. There you see the scoring leaders, and to no one's surprise, Carter and Iverson are in front. Alvin Williams, tough defender, in front of Iverson. And bringing Toronto to within 2 again.
Every time that they run screen and roll, top of the circle or out on the wing, screen and spot up. Do not roll. You're wide open because of the rotation factor of Philadelphia.
Here's Mutombo.
Lenny Wilkins answered by bringing in Jerome Williams to match up.
Here's Iverson with 6 on the shot clock against Childs. Iverson having a brilliant quarter, fires and hits. Record in the Eastern Conference at 56 and 26, winning 10 of their last 13 at home, losing game 1 with Indiana here and losing game 1 with Toronto here at home, and trying to even things as Iverson gets knocked to the floor.
In the rotation, there's a lot of body contact. The referees are letting them play, and the big thing right now is you've got to try to get the high percentage shot.
Iverson hit wide open as Lynch. That was a wide open shot, but it comes down to Philadelphia on the ricochet. Here is Iverson in the lane, tries to get it over to Lynch. No. Going out to Iverson with plenty of time on the shot clock, guarded by Alvin Williams. Iverson pulls back and hits his 76ers. Nearing the end of this third quarter, the Sixers led by 2 at the half after trailing by 10 after 1. Iverson.
Toronto, quick to every loose ball. Give the Sixers a lot of credit. They're really putting it out here.
12 on the shot clock, trying to trap Iverson on the outside. Fall away. The shot clock is off for the 76ers. Here is Iverson driving in, blocked by...
Block shots. If he's ready, he'll get that open jump shot.
Iverson. And he's fouled. Raptors with a 4-0 lead. Here's the double on Iverson.
Larry Brown tries to get a quick shot here, maybe 3 or 4 seconds to get a 2-for-1 possession to end the half.
Here's Iverson over Montross.
Philadelphia's trying to claw back and cut into this lead.
Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Iverson with the step.
I think they feel they match up very well, and they seem to be very confident right now, Marv, that they can find the offense that's needed.
Iverson off a series of moves to Iverson. Met by Clark and now Childs. First, Childs has had problems with Allen Iverson, as have many.
Side, and nobody's helping back when the man rolls to the basket. Antonio Davis has 2 scores off that same play.
Raptors up by 3. Here's Iverson. In the fourth, you see McKee is back on the floor. Iverson splitting through. Vince Carter with 27 points. It's a 7-point Raptor lead. Just under 6 remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's Iverson.
Theo Ratliff, surprisingly not as good a shot blocker, but a much better defensive rebounder.
Final seconds of the first. Iverson giving it up to Ali.
Eric Snow on every possession, and so Eric Snow's trying to get to him in transition and can't find him soon enough. One and done right now for Philly.
24-27. Toronto shooting at 48% from the field. The 76ers just 33%. Doug, obviously Larry Brown has to live and die with Allen Iverson. And as 17, the Sixers with a good run in the final minutes of the second quarter to get back into it. Iverson.
Early offense once again for the Raptors. They're 8-1 in fast break points. That quick play there by Carter, not a fast break, but early offense and an easy score.
Action in the series against the Knicks did not play very much during the regular season. Iverson for 3. And here comes McKee. This is Jones. Iverson now guarded by Carter. Gives it up. And here's Jones. Yes.
That's what Larry Brown wants to see, the extra pass.
Iverson, played by Carter. Oh, nice play, combining.
Tonight after the game, they will not stay here in Philadelphia, so what a nice flight it would be back for them to get this victory today.
Raptors up by 6. Snow passed on the 3 and took it on Alvin Williams. 5 minutes gone by in the third, and the Sixers showing some signs. Iverson facing the double, finds the open man. Snow not able to take.
The team is so flat right now, and I think they're feeling the effects, Marv, of the 3-day layoff, wondering who they were going to play after the Indiana series.
Yes, the Sixers wrapping up the Pacers this past Wednesday in Indianapolis. Iverson was. Iverson with the step and a foul.
Game 2, George Lynch returns to the lineup for the Sixers. So it's Iverson, McKee, Mutombo, Lynch, and Jermaine Jones into the game. And McKee.
Play meat and potatoes, make the easy play. Nothing fancy here and nothing difficult.
15 on the shot clock, 1:15 to go in the third. Here is Snow. Snow is open and gets in the lane and misses again. So Snow has hit a field goal in the last 19 minutes of this game. You know, he'll launch him up. Against the double team, not a good but making the play defensively.
Well, we're seeing great action at both ends of the floor. Very few second chance runs.
And firing from the corner, missing the 3 is shooting.
Remember, the games have been decided by 3 and 5.
Back to Raptors were at 80-80 when they missed 2 free throws, turned it over, and then Iverson with a 3. So both teams could have won the game they lost on Wednesday.
Yeah, he's now shooting over 40% in threes, and it is a big basis for their attack.
And there's Alvin Williams trying to stay with Iverson. So quick. 8 on the clock. puts it up.
The defender was laying off him saying, you got to make it. Well, unfortunately, they're knocking him down, so you're going to have to get up in there.
Iverson defended by Williams. And there is Snow off the have answered all of the 76er challenges. And under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And here is Kevin Ollie, long range. He has 9 assists to go with that.
Yeah, he's done a very good job in dogging defensively. Allen Iverson, anytime that Williams.
These teams.
See, you pick your poison. If you go over the top, he puts it on the floor and he goes down and he's on Mutombo. But if the guy goes underneath, then he steps back and he shoots the three. And right now, he's on fire, and you want to get him into putting it down.
Iverson fouled.
Pressure at both ends of the floor for your transition defense to get back quick, because both teams are pushing the ball.
And the crowd very much into this game, yelling defense as Iverson trying to draw the foul and does so.
We missed a bundle of foul shot opportunities. We had numerous fast break, 3-on-2, 4-on-3s, and we just didn't convert.
McCollum
a bit, taking the ball from one side of the floor to the other, looking for the three-point shot attempt.
Here's Iverson, who has 9 points against Carter in the fourth. Snow with Iverson, McKee, Jumaine Jones, and Tyrone Hill for the Sixers, looking to make a run now. And here is Jones inside, and is put in by
discipline and ability to learn like Vince Carter. Realize they're going to take away what you do best. You got to add something new all the time.
Iverson, Alvin Williams trying somehow to stop him. Iverson clips it, blocked inside. Mutombo on the second effort is fouled, and he will shoot 2.
All set up by Iverson, just gracefully floating. Everybody standing in quicksand. 3 guys. The defense is dug in, and Iverson just goes by everybody, finding his wide open teammates. Back into a groove, a rhythm. Getting to the foul line, attacking the hoop, taking the ball at Mutombo. You got to come quicker on defense. Iverson is too hot right now.
Alley-oop.
Mutombo has just been such an incredibly positive force all afternoon for Philadelphia. Canadian native, Winnipeg, Todd McCullough.
Rush that one over with a despite the horrible shooting. Toronto, though, only down by 5. 8 offensive rebounds, a key for that.
Chris Childs, good help defense that time.
Iverson, the floater. The high arcing shot. Allen Iverson now. Aaron McKee.
Jumaine Jones having a big impact for Larry Brown. Nice ball movement, Iverson.
And Snow.
There. Vince Carter, Del Curry can get high. If Antonio Davis can somehow find a way to continue his effectiveness against Mutombo. Alvin Williams can make some shots. Good things will swing Toronto's way. Iverson trying to make some inroads into the dominance of Mutombo, and Alvin Williams has some wide open looks that he's converted. Now he's got to throw down Iverson, who has his first basket of the second half after missing his first 3. All the different guys getting them fired up, realizing that guys like Jumaine Jones and Kevin Ollie would have to be huge forces now as the playoffs roll on.
Well, they've all chipped in so far in this one. 8 on the shot clock. That was the first 3-pointer for Toronto. They were 0 for 9 prior to Childs nailing that. Iverson won't go. The flying tooth we saw in Union Arena. 12-point lead for Philly, just under 3 minutes remaining here in the second. Sixers have come out and played some excellent basketball, especially on the defensive end. Iverson.
When people look back, they always think about missed opportunities. Toronto has had a number today. They closed it to 8, and then immediately Iverson answered. He does right here with the penetration of the dish.
Valuable part of Larry Brown's rotation in the game right now. Carter on Iverson. Carter defended him well in game 3.
Wants more and more of Vince Carter up straight away at the top of the basket. Allen Iverson on the right. Can this initial surge by Toronto be sustained? Can they play the defense necessary? Can any defense work against Allen Iverson?
McKee, little head fake, gets open, knocks it down.
Just 3 for 8 shooting.
Carter, meanwhile, with 19 now to go along with 6 boards. 12-point lead for Philly. Sixers have been in control most of this game, up by as many as 16. Iverson, tough shot.
Point, but needs to knock down those jumpers, particularly here at home in this critically important game.
Raptors certainly knocked down the jumpers in game 3. Iverson, tough shot. And he draws. 3-point game as we're midway through the 4th. This crowd has been on its feet much of this quarter.
The footwork by Alvin Williams trying to deny Allen Iverson.
Iverson with 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up. Off the mark. Off Mutombo. Key.
They'll be willing to take risks out there.
Iverson off balance. Shot won't go.
Refinarizing transition.
Oakley stolen by Iverson. Oakley, bad decision to dribble there as they turn it over. 39 seconds remaining. 4-point Philly lead. They'll try and take as much time off the clock as possible. Oakley made a great play, but should have given the ball up earlier.
Come to a stop and hand it off to a guard. If you're Alvin Williams, don't reach here.
Iverson.
When you have one good game, that it's always going to be there is just apparent today. Once again,
Iverson comes up long that time.
Rodney Buford in for the first time. Ditto Eric Snow. Jones and McKee getting rests with 3.5 to go here in the first. Iverson blows by Williams. Sets up Mutombo, who slams for 2. Leading by 21 points. McKee for 3. 18-point game. Iverson again. Yes! And a foul on. Iverson, you could see the Raptors react as Allen just steps back and neatly, sweetly drains the 3. He's got 15 thus far.
Before halftime, that way Lenny has some positive things to talk to the team about.
Sixers leading by as many as 25. Iverson for 2. Clark bursting in. Eric Snow coming off the bench for the 2nd straight game. Iverson and Williams resuming their war. Allen short of the pack of Childs continues to mark Iverson. With Alvin Williams on Eric Snow. Now Carter has him on a switch. Double by Williams. Open is Snow. And Jones missed.
But when you take a look at this first couple minutes, as you saw that replay, 76ers just have a tendency to out-hustle and outwork everybody.
Iverson all the way to the cup for 2, a second field goal for 4. He and Jones with all done. Turn it over for the 5th time here in the first quarter. Iverson floats in 2 more. AI has 10 on 5. Again, Iverson with 52. And the 8 3-pointers, which is 1 away from tying the all-time NBA mark for a playoff game. And again, his playoff career high 54. He's got it now. Alvin Williams on him. Off the double, gives it up. Rodney Buford. Got it! And that will. Eric Snow has come on for the Sixers. He's in for Jones. Childs now on Iverson. Hill held back
as often as possible. That was an aggressive move by Vince.
Iverson gives up the dribble on Childs. Renewed life thanks to Jones. Allen drains another 3. His 5th 3-pointer of the game. For 1 to the delight of the crowd here at the First Union Center. The double team on AI. Eric Snow, McKee for 3. Yes! Carter guarding McKee, even though Aaron is the point. Alvin Williams continues his war with Iverson for 3. To the floor.
We'll experiment.
Right now, Williams back on Iverson, who takes him through a thicket of screens. The setup pass, but Neil Hartman mentioned latter stages of halftime. McKee banging that already achy right shoulder in the first half. It's Allen Iverson working hard, getting 2 more. He's got 31.
To think when Vince is going to the hoop, you've got to get that little floater. He got inside the dotted line. That's a shot for him.
And Montross is thinking rebound.
Exactly.
Williams forcing Iverson to his left. Eric Snow. Buford. Got it!
I mean, you won 2 games, and then the ones you lost were very close ball games. If Toronto could have made a few shots in the games they lost, they may have swept them.
Iverson missing the 3. First union center by the Sixers. Since then, Curry has averaged only 6 at 25% shooting. But he's hit a fistful of 3s here in the first half. McKee wants Childs. It's Iverson for 3, and he got it! Backcourt by Alvin Williams. Allen, beautiful crossover, tough of it. There's McCullough with his 3 to go here in the third. Alvin Williams is back on Iverson. The double by Childs. AI sees all and hits all. He's got 44.
An outstanding player in the All-ABA, 3-time All-Star, and George played 5 years for the San Antonio Spurs in the ABA NBA. 25. When he comes over that screen, Dick, and he's behind the three-point line, you cannot lay off the screener. Either that or you got to follow over the top and follow hard and attack the shot.
He's got 5 out of 6 from 3s. Here is Iverson driving. Williams coming over to
Philadelphia. Just make the pass early when the other guys are open, and let's see if they can get it going right now.
Right now, the Bucks are getting it going, leading by 17. Here is Iverson firing and missing a 3.
That's why we say Irvin Johnson, Scott Williams, a lot of pressure on them, and Big Dog has got to help out on that defensive board.
And there's Iverson, and it goes through.
Game is tied at 13. Geiger try to set the pick. Iverson. Rejected by Johnson.
Went down on the baseline screen for Robinson. They switched, except 2 guys played the man coming out on the wrong side of the floor.
12 points for Robinson, the second Milwaukee Buck player to be in double figures, and Iverson really...
Philadelphia spurt, Dick. Do they have it in them? That's the big question.
They've had 1 in them. Got it down to 7. It was repelled by Milwaukee. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. 2 on the clock as Iverson feeds to Mutombo, and they can't get the shot.
And a half remaining in the third. 12 unanswered. Scored by Milwaukee in the last 3.5 minutes. The Sixers in the midst of a drought. Iverson. Yes. Gil Mutombo. A minute 20 remaining in the fourth. Critical possession here. Iverson. Yes! From downtown.
That screen, they're jumping up on him. Well, when you throw the ball back to Tim Thomas, this is a guy at 6'10" who shoots 3s with ease.
Iverson firing over Hunter. The basket will count. And the
2-point game. Iverson. And he draws the foul. So the Bucks have come back. They were going with cosmetic starters at center. Scott Williams to start at center, then move over to go Mark Pope. At times, Iverson with a beautiful fadeaway jumper.
Hang around, give yourself a chance in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. But there's your opportunity to take advantage of it. Now you've got to get defensive stops, not make mistakes. Don't put the opponent on the foul line. Execute your offense.
Eric Snow. A solid game.
Battle of the boards. That's something Milwaukee knows night in and night out. They must do better on the glass. They're down 31-20 right now on the rebound stat.
Iverson ran into Williams and a blocking foul. Charles backfired on Big Dog. Sam Cassell adjusting the flak jacket, checking back in. Iverson. Thomas with the rebound. And that's the game that saw Ray hit for 42 points. against the Sixers. Iverson.
To the Dikembe elbows that you mentioned. I mean, he has a very simple philosophy. If you don't like the elbow, don't come around here. It's simple.
Is that a Dikembe impersonation?
Yeah. It's very.
Sixers have led by as many as 16. The Bucks did get it down to a 4-point differential. Iverson. And the ball over the top of the backboard, so
Revived since going to Milwaukee. Not bad for a guy who was not drafted coming out of the University of North Carolina. Played on the Chicago Bulls, has 3 rings, and he has found a home here in Milwaukee, doing a very solid job.
Under 3 minutes to go. Good ball movement, and Aaron 36-37.
Dick, when they run those screen and rolls, it's been good to them. They're getting anything that they want. And that's what we said. Erwin Johnson and Williams have been hitting those nice mid-range jump shots.
Oops. And Iverson throwing it away. So here the 76ers, who are down by...
Studio A from Atlanta right here on site. Just under 3 to go in the first quarter. Snow for Jones. Beautifully done. Eric Snow throwing the lob to a cutting Jermaine Jones.
Trademark of a Larry Brown team. They come out of time.
8 from the field. Iverson for 3.
Yes! You're just trying to sell your guys. Keep playing defense. They're going to cool off.
Iverson.
Well, Sixers can get that because Milwaukee is so concerned with the dribblers coming into the middle of the floor. That 8 to 10 footer on the baseline is wide open.
Allen Iverson.
It's a management of emotions that we've been talking about. These guys have to avoid that kind of attitude and reaction. Iverson with 8 on the clock.
Iverson hits the 3, and he had missed his last 17.
Every contested play throughout the game, Mutombo has come out on top.
Again, you got to think penetration. You got to try to draw the foul, get to the line.
Eric Snow puts it in. Eric Snow knocks it down.
They put Bell in to defend, and he comes up with a good play, but the turnover situation is what helped Milwaukee get free reeling, and Philadelphia's won that battle. Iverson trying to save it and dish it, throws it away.
6 turnovers on the night now for Milwaukee.
If they don't get something good, Larry Brown's going to take a timeout.
They got to get the ball to Iverson and let him create. Get to the hoop, get to the foul line, quiet this crowd down.
It's 10 at one point, and now it's back to 15 as they run out of time here at the Bradley Center. Iverson, nice feed. Mutombo stuffs it in.
It's here early in the ball game. The rest of the team 2 or 7. Allen hasn't taken a shot so far in the ball game.
If you watch game 4 and 5, you wouldn't even guard Scott Williams after those performances. Saw that for a decade with Michael Jordan. He gets in the lane. Rodman and Pippen would be all over those offensive glass.
Iverson, Allen gets up on him.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good now. He's dancing around that line. Gets a foul.
Offensive foul on Allen Iverson from the Bucks big man. And the crowd with another standing ovation.
Give it to Iverson and get out of his way. Through his legs. Crossover. Teasing.
Puts it up. Shot won't go. Ray Allen.
He's Bucks at his best. Fast break to shoot a 3.
Ever faster. Capitalize on this surging home crowd.
An 8-0 run. And Iverson draws the foul.
Maybe more than just a few technical and strategic adjustments for Philadelphia.
Not really. I mean, again, it's free ball movement, and you got a great free shooting team. Milwaukee's certainly capable of doing that. That is Ray Allen's 7 3-point field goal.
That is a playoff career high.
George Karl loves the freelance pick and roll out really high. Ray Allen able to capitalize.
Iverson gets inside and fouls. And a chance to get back to 3 points. Ray Allen, by the way, that was his 9th. The rebound. And the Bucks just their second team foul.
Jermaine Jones in, and Aaron McKee, who has not scored down. Baseline, you can't give Iverson that much room.
A ton of time, a ton of trouble defending Mutombo in all aspects. of the offense. They can't keep him off the offensive glass. He's scoring on his own offense. Iverson off the mark.
Game is close and tight. They're different kinds of players. And so the goal for Philadelphia is to try at some point to reel them in, to try to get some control of the game. Snow. Allen, any hotter than making every shot. Oh, no response.
I thought you were talking to Mike.
Good defense from Hunter. Iverson, tough shot, way short.
So, Mike, you think that guy behind us disagreed with your call? He was on your back.
They are wild there at the Bradley Center.
Milwaukee, I think, has a foul to give here.
Iverson does not get it off in time at 24.
Well, they've got Mutombo and McCullough in, and that really puts pressure on Williams, Caffey, Tim Thomas to get anything inside and cheat. Iverson
puts it in. Philadelphia 11 assist game. Tonight in game 6 of this series, it's Ray Allen with his 33. But there's still 16 minutes to go. Iverson.
He tried to bank that. The ball in the offensive mismatches when Robinson or Allen have had opportunities inside and have been far too casual about it.
Well, the next foul against the Bucks puts the Sixers in the penalty. Iverson should think drive right now. He's got an entire lane to go to.
Iverson puts it in and a foul. Brilliant move from Allen Iverson and a chance for a three-point play. The Sixers' first points in nearly 4 minutes.
They finally got Allen to receive the ball standing still, and then they allowed him to go away from where the rest of the defense was. When you're guarding a guy like that, just jump way on his right hand and say, look, I'm going to take this away, and the rest of you guys take the rest of his game away. They bench for Philadelphia. So underrated.
Iverson.
That one's out of here.
Lindsey Hunter comes in for the first time, and Cassell again sitting down. 2 fouls for Cassell.
When you're playing with a star like Allen Iverson, all you need to do is your job. Just get on the boards, play the defense, hit wide open shots, let him take care of everything else.
Johnson did a nice job chipping it away.
Score. They stalled the last couple of times down, fighting the shot clock and fighting each other about where to go with it. Let's see what they come up with. Aaron McKee going on his own.
McKee tied up. Robinson is on Iverson, wanting to shoot the 3.
It's a tough matchup here for Robinson.
Iverson, that's a 3. And a long rebound, but Mutombo, the offensive rebound.
2 possessions, both centers get an offensive board.
Iverson hopping inside, pass deflected. And 15 points, and then 13 in game 6. And off to a good start off the bench. He's got 5 already with 5 rebounds.
Well, we're seeing the Milwaukee Bucks, the jump shooting team at their best. And they know that if they can continue to make shots, they will win the ball games. Philadelphia.
He's the MVP.
I mean, you know, they've had bodies flying all around him. 9 on the clock for Iverson.
Iverson drives past Ray Allen and goes right at Irvin Johnson. From the free throw line, they trail by 11. Still plenty of time. Over 7.5 minutes left.
Mike, I think that Bill wants to get on with that championship and get to L.A.
Iverson getting a standing ovation.
Now, Sam Cassell making a mistake by letting Iverson come to him. But they get away with it because he ended up taking right now his competitive edge and spirit is getting to him. He's trying to do too much. He's getting caught, and instead of walking away, he's had too much to say.
Shot clock turned off. Final seconds, 3rd quarter. Iverson double team. Hoist up the 3. It's good.
And purple and green is going to come back in a hurry.
What were the halftime keys? Get to the hoop.
Continue. Again, they leave at Iverson a lane. He takes a mid-range jumper.
In and out.
In Milwaukee, and it kept throwing cross-court pass, and there's been all kind of turnovers that have helped Philadelphia get back the lead, and they have this crowd standing and going crazy.
That's a 3. Jermaine Jones able to keep it alive. Allen took a shot.
Firepower, be it Ray Allen returning or Tim Thomas, and they're doing just that. Middle is open again for Iverson. Let's see if he comes to it.
Thomas is guarding Iverson.
That's the loneliest feeling in the world.
Can't connect, though.
Together at midcourt before the start of this 4th quarter. They huddled up as Iverson looking to settle things down with his team falling behind now by 12 points.
Philadelphia's got a defensive rebound that ball.
Shattered defense from the crowd here at Staples. Iverson beats Bryant off the dribble. Rebound Orange. Played.
И на последней минуте терять мячик при -2 это плачевно.
Ален Айверсон против Тайрона Лю по лицевой. Обыгрывает перевод под ногой. И самый...
Угол какой-то у Шакила. Там лопатка была, например. Для нормального человека да, так локтем бьют, как он лопаткой его задевал.
Да, но по идее не было такого вот игрока, такого именно уровня доминирования, как Шакил О'Нил.
Back in the game, you see how much rest he got. 43 seconds. That's 40 more than he got the other night, Larry.
Sixers with the ball, trailing by 2. Oh, Iverson really got hit in the head with that flip pass. Draws the double, able to spin. Couldn't find anybody, but Tumbo plays it.
The step, you reach out and gets him with a hand, and that's the foul.
Iverson called for the push-off. Iverson commits his second.
The whole thing with Allen Iverson, you've just got to make him work.
Этот навык, и вот как раз то, о чем тоже Владимир Александрович говорил, Шакил, и в том числе, по-моему, по 4 передачи делал в среднем за матч. Хотя мог набирать по 45.
Для центра это замечательный показатель. Показатель командной полезности.
Возможно, поднаелся тоже немножко, вот побегал за Айверсоном.
Так он и в первой четверти не мог попасть.
Да, после в третьей четверти у Коби было 5 очков, а в первой половине 4.
То есть у него 10 еще нет.
Айверсон в проходе, классная передача и 2 очка. Надо забивать в такой ситуации. Хилл мимо, сам же на подборе, но все-таки теряет это.
3 minutes of this opening quarter. Fisher going chest to chest with Iverson, who was able to whip by. Such a rational explanation from the official, Steve Javy.
What you can see is Derek Fisher is using the one hand and trying to get it in Iverson's face to disrupt his vision. Iverson said, you know what, I've been hit 3 times now, please watch it.
Iverson, yes. And Teron Lue.
The Lakers have a foul to give here. We'll see if Iverson penetrates, if they take it, as this clock winds down.
Final seconds, Phil Jackson is trying to pass that information on to Derek Fisher as Iverson's shot goes astray. Now that's the end.
Если игрок сборной США опекает, причем опекает за получение мяча именно его. Коби держал Холдена.
Для
освободить от мяча на своей половине поля. Он и так какую работу проделывает для получения. Ну вот здесь 1 на 1 сумеет. Да выпустить-то сумеет.
Нет, это уже не бросок, это как вот.
You know where the Lakers are heading now at the end of this period.
Lakers up 19-17 as we come up on 2 minutes to go in the first. Iverson for 3.
Dunks, no layups. We saw in the third quarter of the night he had 18 and marked 7 of his field goals were right in the lane in the basket area.
Allen Iverson amused by Derek Fisher's defensive work and deflected out.
Классный характер, бойцовский.
Об этом говорили они весь этот плей-офф, что характер, сердце. Айверсон же вообще его любимое слово было слово «сердце», играть сердцем. И это вот очень хорошее было описание того, как эта команда выиграла. Все скажут, окей, давай, просто мы будем чуть больше работать в обороне, чуть больше работать на тебя.
Это действительно, да, пожалуйста, Александрович.
Не-не-не, я просто не соглашаюсь с Игорем, потому что они есть Айверсон на поляне, нет.
Самого эгоистичного игрока в истории. Да, ну, то есть это
Майкла Джордана?
Нет, ну, то есть вот, ну, вокруг Алена Айверсона, да, то есть человек, который столько времени проводит с мячом в руках, и эта команда, мягко говоря, не похожа на Детройт, с которым он потом станет чемпионом. Может быть, на плато своей формы только выходит. Он уже MVP финала прошлого года, да, 2000-го, и проводит крутейший сезон, но Дикембе Мутомбо его по ходу сезона обменивает в Филадельфию. Он лидер лиги по подбору.
Что он знал, что он всегда может добавить. И он не то чтобы хорошо держал свое тело в идеальном состоянии. И просто у него было такое лошадиное здоровье, что он мог, наверное, с любыми килограммами выйти, вот так вот разваливать.
Так, ему 28 лет сейчас, да. Он один из самых одаренных физически.
Iverson and McKee in the backcourt. Mutombo up front with Jones and Hill. Iverson for three. Against Shaquille O'Neal.
Imagine, had Iverson made those 2 free throws, they would have the ball right now with a chance to tie.
Iverson played by Harper. Snow from Mutombo. Good killer's back.
Barb, I will tell you this, that Derek Fisher has taken the challenge tonight of guarding Allen Iverson. He has bumped him, he's got his hand in his face, he's challenging every shot.
Iverson challenging.
Out as quickly as he can to get down the floor and going right to the front of the rim, that quick deep pass, and Mutombo can't defend that.
Iverson splits his way, gives it back. Snow, yes.
He's come back with the comment, you know, it wasn't the defense, it was me. Well, Ray Allen is showing today that it was just him in those games 3 and 4. He scored 9 of the Bucks' last 10 points.
Now fighting defensively against Iverson, who flips it up. Shot won't go. Mutombo had it knocked away by Glenn Robb.
Fall, you're going to get a terrific opportunity to run out at the other end.
Sixers have missed 5 of their first 6 from the field. Iverson, nice feed. And he shot a lot of free throws in the Charlotte series.
What he's got to do, though, is develop and move like Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell, a jump shooter, but he always is able to draw fouls. Jermaine Jones.
Jones wide open. Won't go down. Fight for the rebound. Irvin Johnson.
A good hard push.
Get it to Iverson. Let him penetrate. Good things have happened all night because of that.
Snow having his best game of the playoffs.
Well, he's got to want to penetrate. There's the lane open.
Iverson off the glass. And Cassell tracks it down.
Trading right now. Their character to play through adversity, to come up with something that's going to get them back in the game. They haven't gotten the lead. They're not over the top yet, but they're threatening, and that really got Sam Cassell and the Bucks tight.
Iverson
still available for the game if they need it. Mike?
All right, Lewis, thank you. Meanwhile, Tim Thomas has come in quickly, and he has been a real spark.
Well, they've got the big 4 going, and right now what the 76ers have to do is be patient, find ways to get Iverson going in the ball game. He gets it.
Iverson was stumbling around in the 4th quarter when Snow was limping. They just ignored those guys on the defensive end.
Bucks, meanwhile, 8 of 13 from the field.
Well, we know that it's a jump shooting team, and they can miss shots. Trying to get Allen Iverson a little boost.
It was when Cassell went to the bench in the first half that Milwaukee fell apart and gave Philadelphia a little bit of room.
And there, finally, a bucket for Iverson as he ties the game at 63.
Pulls off the shot, which makes it short.
Jason Cappy and Lindsey Hunter in. George Karl said we need a lift from the bench. Thomas has given him so far. The other 2 would be a big bonus for the Bucks. McCullough's just checked in.
He needs to find a rhythm. He needs to get a lot of opportunities. Unfortunately, the playoffs is not a place to find your game. It's a place to show off your game.
8 on the shot clock for Iverson, who is really upset about
It's critical for Mutombo and Philadelphia. The pace is essential. Possessions first to the loose balls and get to the hoop on the offensive end.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Irvin Johnson went up, but it looked like he went straight up. And there was
quickness that they did in the first 24 minutes of the game, and that has to concern George Karl.
Iverson again gets inside, feeding Mutombo, and Mutombo is fouled before any shot.
Got to the paint area, set up Mutombo.
Hunter is 3rd foul, 3rd team foul.
Eric Snow in the game, and Jermaine Jones down.
Iverson misfires. Robinson with.
Somehow he split the gap of 2 defenders. I think the Sixer fans thought he took the extra step.
Larry was telling us he thought McKee, Hill, and Iverson did not play with the usual gusto. But Mutombo has been an offensive fox, not able to put it down. He thought he was hit. Now McKee, back for Iverson. Fox picks him up on the switch. Fox doing a good job defensively, makes Iverson give it up. Here's Jones for 3. Jermaine Jones from downtown. Jermaine Jones in the starting lineup.
Whatever happens after that, they rule incidental contact.
10 on the shot clock. Iverson trying to shake Lou. Here's Hill. Oh, Just under 1 minute remaining in the half. Iverson. Shaquille O'Neal after the struggle the first 2 games. Iverson putting the move on Fisher. Oh, he saves the pass. Shot clock down to 5. Iverson. Yes. He thought he took. Aaron Fisher remaining on the floor with the 3. Mutombo is fouled. 6-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. In the NHL, they would call Tyronn Lue a shadow. That's all he's been doing. Mutombo on the tip is Hill. When he's that close. Iverson with the head fake. Iverson, yes.
The little guy, you got to marvel at him, Marv, the degree of difficulty. So it's no accident. He knocks it in on his first jumper from that baseline.
Kobe Bryant grew up in the suburbs about 15 minutes away from downtown Philadelphia. Iverson.
Game here right now to finish the half.
So both teams now going small. Iverson checking the clock. Iverson putting the move on. Fisher has to force one up. 50 remaining in this fourth quarter. The series tied at 1. This is game 3 of the NBA Finals. Iverson trying to feed Bell, and it's taken over by 5. We are just under 5 minutes remaining in the third. Iverson setting it up on Fisher. Yes!
Again, he's on one.
A minute and 40 gone by, and the game is tied at 2. Iverson leaving his way. Iverson able to penetrate.
How did you do that?
Rebounded by Hill. So Tyrone Hill with 12 rebounds along with his 13 points. Iverson. Yes. 32 for Iverson. 86-82. Lakers led by 9 with 7.5 to play. Iverson with the step and held by Fisher. Looking to go up 3 games to 1. Game 5 here at First Union Center on Friday night and here on NBC. Iverson. Fisher able to hang in. Iverson now gets the step to set it up. Mutombo is fouled.
When he plays like this, he always looks over to us like, what are you guys saying about me right now anyway?
I feel like, again, it's like watching a child in day camp looking for appreciation.
Little affirmation.
Yes. Iverson with the shot clock running down, forces a 3. And Robert 30 points, 12 rebounds, 4 block shots in 41 minutes. Sixers down by 2. Coming up on 2 minutes in the fourth. Iverson is fouled.
See, no shot blocker in there.
Iverson being played aggressively here at the start by Fisher. Behind the back to Mutombo. Yes. Several years back.
The one that we saw when he played for the Rockets and against Orlando in the finals.
Iverson finding Hill.
The Lakers, who is Jeff Gordon and his team right now, they're hot. Hopefully by the time NBC takes over in just a few weeks, though, with our NASCAR schedule, we'll be back on top. He passed us last week, but we're excited about getting back to racing. We race at Pocono this week, then we'll get to Daytona on July the 7th. Got a great race for the fans to watch on NBC.
All right, Dale, good seeing you. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you on NBC.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, Mark.
Well, he's in such a rhythm right now. He's really slowed down and playing at a nice pace. Flare, but not in the air. If you get up there and you turn it over, you got nowhere to go with it. That's exactly what happened with Jermaine Jones.
11-0 run for the Lakers. Iverson forcing.
Hands down. Mutombo comes over to block the shot, and nobody there to block out Shaquille O'Neal with another offensive rebound.
9 points for O'Neal. Iverson. Now met on the switch by Bryant. Iverson.
Turnover.
Ron Harper did not play in game 1. He played 7 minutes, played well. Very important player of the victory in Game 2 on Friday night. Has not seen any action thus far this evening. Offensive foul on Iverson, who has to be careful.
Before he hit that shot, it just sort of goes that everybody's making their shot today for the Lakers.
Iverson, yes.
Martin, they've hit 3 straight shots. They've got to get